Alright, so we've got the we've got most of that taken down. A little more off of here. Like that. Okay, so this is our front. That's why I was saying put a nose on here. Just draw yourself a circle. Since we're not gonna, that isn't gonna be our nose. We'll just recircle that so we know that's our front side, right? Well, the other features should also show you which is the front side, right? So, I drawn the hat in where the hat's going to be, right here, and I keep cutting it off right there. What we'll do is we'll take the knife or the Dremel or whatever you want to use, and we're just going to cut that line right in there like that. Rough on the thumbs. Just like that. And then we'll just bring that hair, because this is going to be your hair. You start rounding that over now. Something like that there. Sticking out way too far in the back, so might as well just go ahead and trim that down. Up to the hat there. Yeah. So you can see we're shaping it, got the head shaping up there like that. And we got our flat plane here already for our face. So I want to bring that up to the hat. Get this bottom trimmed up a little bit. Too much. Try to stay at that same angle that we had there, that 45-degree angle. And like I said, if you want your hair to puff out towards the front more, just change the angle. Make it a little flatter. Okay, we're almost to our line. And what that line is going to do, that's automatically going to give us our, start building our nose for us, right? It's automatically going to start bringing our nose out from the face if you look at it from the side. Because this is angled down both ways. It's already going to start bringing that nose out for us. Ooh. Knife squeaking. Gotta oil my knife. Squeaking. Okay. And then if you want to, you can go ahead and start bringing that hat to the point. You won't need that center line there no more. So you can start bringing that hat. Let me go back to the big knife again. Big knife just gives me a little more leverage. And we can just start working that hat up to the point. At this point in your carving, start thinking about if you're going to want to put some jogs in your hat, or if you want the top to bend over. This would be the time to start thinking about which way you want it to go, so you can leave a little more on left or right. We're just going straight up with this one. And we might give her some folds in her hat, like this one here. But now if we wanted to, we could have her hat tip one way or the other. You know, let's say we did it like that. Put a line right there. Then we could just come in with our knife and start making our cut. And then you could just bend this over by cutting it more that way, right? So then the hat would fold that way. So you could just bring that, start rounding it that way as you're working your angle up from all the way around, okay? So let me go ahead and get this hat pointed and we'll be right back. Okay, now you can see we got the hat. I did go ahead and put a little kink over in the hat there. You can see that we have got the hat roughly shaped. I'm going to end up taking more off the hat as we bring all this stuff down. So I'm just going to look at the bottom here and make sure my rim going around is about the same thickness all the way around the hat. And clean up whatever is hanging out there. Some little boogers off there. Okay. So we don't want that much overhang on the hat. So you just work around the hat, round and round. Man, that's a rough spot right there. Got some rough grain. And you can make your hat as thin or as thick as you want. There's no fast and hard rule about that. I mean, if you look at the other two, their hats are slightly different sizes, right? So you really, you know, there's no hard and fast rule about the hat. You can make it as big as you want. Same with the face. You can make it as big or as small as you want. A lot of times I'll make like a scoop cut right here as I'm walking around the hat with the knife or the Dremel, and just make it so it flares out a little bit where it goes on her head. I drew this in for the mouth right here, and this is going to be the nose right here. So we can go ahead and make a nice straight push cut in. There's a fly in here. And then come up under the nose, like that. Something like that to give her the nose. Okay? And then you can draw your nose in. Now, these girls don't have a nose like this guy. You can see how the nose comes out. The nose really pops out of there. On these guys, well, these girls, the nose kind of ends right about here. And then we put the cartoon eyes in, so we have to cut a shelf and all that stuff in for the eyeballs. Okay, so we figure our nose is going to be, about that long. Which is just for a rough, say you're going to make the nose about between 1/4 at about 3/16, between 1/4 and 3/16 long. So that would be the distance from the bottom of the nose to the top of the nose. If we were making this with a a regular nose, it'd be up a little bit higher. So I'm going to go ahead and just scribble that in there. Now this nose is way big for a girl, right? So we're going to end up taking that nose down quite a bit. So we can go ahead and notch the top of the nose. Okay. And then we can go ahead and go from your center point, probably 15 degrees down. And I'm pressing that in there pretty deep, okay? About the same on this side. You want to keep your knife straight. Yeah, it looks about right. Yeah, that's pretty close. Okay, that's where we're going to put our eyes. That's our eye shelf. Right there. And that's where your eyes are going to be. So it'll be eyes, nose, and mouth. So we might as well go ahead and then pop that out of there. Like that. Then come back on your line and bring it down to your eye shelf. Now we're not coming straight down, we're on an angle. Okay, probably about if that's 90 degrees, we're probably going about 15 degrees, roughly. Something like that there. Stupid fly. That's a big fly too. Wow. He needs to go back outside. And then you want to make these about the same length, but we got a lot of trimming to do before we get to there. So, okay, same thing with your center lines here. You keep your center line in there. That helps you keep your cuts pretty even. And of course this would be, we don't want that to come to that point there, so we round that over a little bit. And that's going to bring your eyes down too. We can take a little more off this hat. Like that. And then we'll just come right through here with the knife again. This is why I'm using the knife on the face, guys, because I haven't carved one of these with a Dremel yet. Or tried to carve a face with the Dremel yet, so I like the knife a little bit better for this. Let's make sure we keep that eye plane on the same. Like that. And then we can go ahead and I'm not going straight up and down. on my nose line, okay? When I'm doing the nose, I'm tilting the knife to match the angle of the face. So I'm going to go all the way down to those where those eyes are. Like that. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to match the angle of the face. And then I'm going to push that knife blade right down to the eye. And then down. Oop, I missed it. Okay, then you can come in here and just run your knife up alongside that nose. To get that chip out of there. And don't do what I just did and come in and go too deep. We'll do the same thing on this side. We'll run the knife up alongside the nose. Pay attention to where the end of your blade is. And we're trying to stay at that same angle when we come up underneath that nose like that. And make sure you keep your eye shelf on your angle. Okay? And then we can come in and push start shaping our nose back. And you can give her any type of nose that you want. You can keep a pointy nose on her, or you can go ahead and put a round nose. Coming in here, I'm cleaning up the nose by the nose there. Cutting that right back into that where that eye shelf is. Like that. Now, unlike wood spirits, I'm bringing that nose right to a point right there. Let's go ahead and give her a little upward cut on her nose. Like that. And we'll come over here and do the same thing. I don't know if you guys can see it, but my little center line is still right there on the tip of her nose. So these girls have like a little button nose. Little round nose there. And this one, she's got more of a square, it's going to be more of a square pointy nose. And you can do these steps however it works for you. As far as, you know, getting your nose set in. I just like doing it so I know where the nose is. Okay, yep, you can see she's starting to starting to come around a little bit. And you'll be jumping back and forth, making these deeper where the eye shelf is. So when I set my eye shelf, I just go ahead and I get my angle, and then I just set that knife in there pretty deep. Because I know I'm going to still be taking away more and more material as we go through here. And then that allows us to put our, we want to put our nose in a little bit deeper. We can keep working that nose in deeper and deeper, because we can always come back and cut our eyes in deeper. If things start looking too shallow to you, you can always come back in and cut a little bit deeper. I'm not too worried about how far out that's going right this second. Mostly because we have to come in and put our face in. So let me get this nose cleaned up a little bit here. And you want to make sure it's kind of like the same size on both sides. I'll tell you, these little guys are hard to do. I should have my visor on when I'm doing this, so I can magnify it. Because sometimes the shadows will fake you out. You'll think that you got more on one side than you do the other. And you don't. It's just a shadow. Looks like the nose on the side, the wood on the side of my nose is flaking away here. So you can see I'm making that nose skinnier. And like I did on the other ones, you can come in here and do a little scoop like that. And it makes the you can make your nose more round and make it kind of, see how it's kind of upswept there? Like that there. Alright guys, this is going to be a wrap on part 2. Looks like we're going to have a part 3. Looks like part 3 is going to be coming up. I hope there ain't a part 4, but we'll see. I really don't want to shortchange you guys on the information of this, and since I was doing the narration live while I was carving it, I'm lazy. I didn't want to go back and do a voiceover. So, as always, if you would like to save 5% on your kutzall burrs, please use the code CARVEROB in all capital letters at kutzall. And I will leave a link down below. If you don't know where the link is, there's a little blue arrow to the right hand side, right under the video. Just touch that and a pop-up menu will drop down and it will show you the link. Alright? Alright. So, we're just noodling around this guy. I'm sorry guys that this video is taking so long, but like I said, I don't want to shortchange you on any of the information that we're doing here. Okay? So, you can see we got the little flex cut. Small, I think it's like 3/4 inch detail knife. I like that little pointy end on it because it allows you to turn the blade while you're in the wood. It's really neat. I've had this knife for a couple years and I've never actually used it until now. And kind of sad that I didn't use it because it turned out to be a really good little detail knife for getting in tight places like that. And so we're just going to keep going over this, cutting those eye sockets, the shelf lines deeper, and that kind of stuff, and just working this face back. In the next video, we'll actually start carving the face. We'll get the face all carved up. Yep, that's a nice little pointy knife there. Gets right down into the all the little crevices that you want to get into with it. So, share, subscribe, and like. And we will catch you guys on the next one. Let's do a shout out for Evil Rick, Jordy of Carving Fusion, I Can Carve, Bap over in Ireland, Calvin and Hobbies. All right, Spike. All right. We'll talk to you later. Bye bye.